we deprive ourselves of what we can achieve. My name is Shynice McGraw. I came to On Track through Goodwill. I came in this thing with my mindset that I'm getting my own business, and I absolutely set my foot forward. I came to On Track, and man, Forward Thighs D did they thing with me.
For
I
sure.
won and done that thing.
Talk about the process, I guess, of you finding a school and then coming here to On Track.
So my parole officer told me to go to Goodwill because I was a felon and I told her what I wanted to do.
Mhm.
I went to Goodwill, and the gentleman from Goodwill was just like, hey, I know that we have opportunities, but I know some stuff going on with our program. I got some people that can possibly help you because I've heard that these schools are good too. So I went and I tried Forward ISD, and I also tried Texas Workforce. But Miss Dr. Frankie messaged me back first, and our conversation and our interaction is what made me come to Forward ISD because she showed me like, hey, I got something to offer you. And I was like, man, are you sure? Because I asked a bunch of questions about my background. Like, are you sure? She was like, if you trust me, come out. I promise you, you won't be disappointed. She was like, we take care of you. You ain't gonna have to pay for school. Like, we work with you. As long as you're willing, we're willing too. So I was like, all right, let me give this lady a chance. She's been my best friend since then.
Cool. It's time to take your permit test. How was that experience?
It was disappointing. I went in there, I believe, too cocky. So I had to humble myself back down because I went in there like, oh, I got this. I studied the night before, but I didn't study. I was just like, I'm not gonna overstudy because I got this. I went in, I passed my first test, I got to my general knowledge, and I failed it. And I failed it on my last question. I could only miss one more question, and it was a question I knew. It asked me, your color of your emergency brakes and your service brakes. I know emergency is red, service is blue, but I definitely put blue red
Because you were so
because
excited.
I was so excited and pumped. Like, I got this. That's 2 down. I was like, all right. I went the next day. I was like, I got this. Go the next day. You get it. I went in there. I passed general knowledge. I failed combinations. That was Friday. I was like, man, the yard starts Monday. They kept telling us, like, you don't want to miss the yard. Like, you got to be on the yard because the first day is everything. It's where you get everything you need to know. And I was like, man, all my majority of my classmates are already on the yard. I'm left behind. Like, what? I knew this. So I was like, okay, take my whole weekend, work. I needed to take time from work and just study, like get myself together. I focused down, went in Monday morning, like, I'm not going to be left behind. Went Monday, passed, boom, got my hundreds on there at the yard.
All right, so now you're on the yard. What do you feel like is something once you got on the yard and you started training? What is something that you didn't expect when you got out there?
The whole teaching experience, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I didn't expect them to care like they did because they could have just been teachers, but they actually put time and effort into each and every one of us, not just like, hey, I'm gonna pick and choose who my favorites. Like, I'm gonna give it all I got to everybody, and then everybody broke us off and gave us a different kind of teaching instead of I'm gonna teach you this, and then this person gonna teach you, and then one person teaches different than the next person. So it's like Mr. Jeff gave us our pre-trip. Miss Crystal gave me, Mr. Jeff gave me my pre-trip with everybody. Miss Crystal gave me my in-cab, and Mo gave me my maneuver. And I stayed like that because I learned better that way. Everybody knows something better than somebody. So I believe the way that they teamed up and gave us that curve was everything. Like, people don't want to do that. Then for us to be student drivers and not know what to do, and them being so easy on us, like standing by a truck or even getting in the truck next to you. Imagine you driving your kid, you know what I mean? Teaching your kid how to drive a regular car. You like, nah. I appreciate the fact that they took the time to be like, hey, if you need me, I'm making myself available. But you still have to do your part.
Right. So Now it's the day of the test. What is you wake up in the morning, get the dirt out your eyes. How are you feeling? What is in your mind on that way to the DPS office?
That permit almost sent me back, but I was like, I'm one and doing in this joint. Like, absolutely, what I did on the permit, I'm not doing because I knew it. Like, I'm not gonna psych myself. And I got to the DMV, and the devil was a little testy, but Miss Crystal shook me back like, hey, that little bump in the road ain't nothing. We're gonna get it done. Pay this little fine. You still gonna test. I test, I go, and I'm like, man, I'm nervous. My hands is clammy. And before they come out, I'm still like looking, pointing. Hey, I got this. Pre-tripping in my head, and the lady's like, are you ready or did you already pre-trip? I'm like, man, I'm just trying to make sure I have it. She's like, all right. She's like, you got it. You're gonna be my teacher, and I'm your student. She's like, teach me the way that you want to be taught. And I'm like, man, but in my head, this is my project manager standing over my back, making sure I do my job today.
Right.
So I win. I was a little nervous, but I shook it off. She made me open up too because she was just like, do you know or you don't know? And I'm like, oh, I know what I'm talking about. Well, show me that you know. Mm-hmm. All right, lady, let me prove you wrong. Boom, 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 boom. So it was great, but I did tell her like, if I pass, do I get to blow the air horn? She's like, he blow the city horn. I was like, no, I want to blow the air horn, and I'm gonna blow it. Like if I pass, she's like, you gonna pass? Like yeah. But if you get a 90 or above, I'll let you blow it. Say less. Mm-hmm. We came to the stop sign to get ready to turn in. I look at her like, she's just like, oh, man, did I pass? I felt like I was gonna go through the stop sign because I was so anxious. Right. I go in, and as soon as we hit the turn, she's like, you passed. I start blowing like, bye, yeah, I'm gonna scream. Other people at the DMV is like, yeah, I got them CDL. Everybody like, all right. Yeah. But Miss Crystal, man, was like family. Like it's like my mother was standing there like Miss Crystal started yelling like I was her daughter. I'm like, right. Yeah, bring me that in. But I knew that was my peak. Right. And it was everything to me. Absolutely. Yeah.
So that's great to hear. So you one and done, dude. This the one and done show.
One and done.
So what advice do you have to the students that are currently on the yard, the students that want to come to On Track, on how to really complete this in one try, really get it one and done?
Man, that one and done power is everything. So if you want that one and done, apply that pressure. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna say that everybody gonna want it done it. But if you don't want it done it, I would say ain't no such thing as quitting and giving up because that second time is better than the first time.
Right.
You know what I mean? So CDL is CDL. I don't care if I got the first, second, or third time. If I would have had to go 1, 2, 3 times, as long as I got it, I got it. So it's no such thing as I don't believe in nobody left behind. So if you want it, come get it. Right. If you don't feel like you can get it by yourself and it's something that you need, you gotta open that mouth and start asking a lot of questions because a closed mouth never get fed.
Closed mouth don't get fed. That's right. You said that right. You said that all the way right. So in your life, what do you feel like are some things and some tools you have obtained to really stay on track?
Loving my freedom, the mindset of I'm not going back, and then I have a family that love me, and I have a 10-year-old son that I strive to do everything I can and be my best person. Mm-hmm. So to not fail him is to not fail me. So without him, I'm nothing, but I refuse to be like, hey, let the system tell me, hey, you don't have a second chance. Hey, you don't, after you come out the system and you're feeling like you're just out there. It's no such thing as that. Mm-hmm. If you want it, you're gonna apply that pressure. The only people that stay behind is the people they stay down on themselves. There's no such thing as being down if you striving. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like you gotta be hungry for what you want. And I stay hungry and I stay humble. Humbleness is everything. Mm-hmm.
the 3 songs that you gonna vibe out to and you gonna bang once you get in that truck?
So that all my life, when they thought that they was gonna keep me down, I gotta hit that. Free my mind because I'm on the road and I'm open.
Mm-hmm.
And then never would have made it because without the man upstairs, I wouldn't be here today.
So y'all heard it. That All My Life, Lil Durk featuring J. Cole, Free Mind by Tim's, and They Never Would Have Made It by Marvin Sapp. Y'all add that to y'all playlist. That's good. That's great.
Facts.
That's great music to listen to. So I really appreciate you being the first guest on this One and Done show. I really appreciate you having this great conversation, giving great gems, and just really opening up and giving the people, something to relate to and something to look up to and really obtain while they're going through this journey or whatever journey. It might not be a CDO journey. It might be a different journey, but we're all trying to do better and better ourselves and not be the person of the past. So I really appreciate you coming. Really appreciate you talking to you, and just give the people some advice, gems, something you want to leave the people with.
It's not about where you come from, it's where you're going. And as a felon, I just want to say second chance opportunities are always available. Stay humble, stay applying pressure. What you put in, you will absolutely get out.
All right, y'all heard it here. The One and Done show. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have more content coming.